In the story Star Witness, Christ told Star in the beginning was one God and no religion. So let's see what the Father of Christ has to say. Spirituality does not come from religion, it comes from our soul. We must stop confusing religion and spirituality. Religion is a set of rules, regulations, and rituals created by humans which were supposed to help people spiritually. Due to human imperfection, religion has become corrupt, political, divisive, and a tool for power struggle. Spirituality is not theology or ideology. It is a simple way of life, pure and original as given by the Most High. Spirituality is a network linking us to the Most High, the universe, and each other. And the universe tells us that our Father cannot be our Son, and the Son cannot be his own Father. That's what religion is telling us. So let's read an excerpt from Star Witness. To be specific, do not think for 1 second that Jesus or Christ, regardless if you know that they are black or think that they are white, were able to make the heaven and the earth along with the seas. For neither of them have the powers of Jehovah, the Lord God. To put it another way, all we need to do is read the words of the book of Judith, 8 verses 6 through 18, located within the Apocrypha. Do not bind the counsels of the Lord our God, for God is not as man, that he may be threatened, neither is he as the Son of Man, that he should be wavering. Therefore let us wait for salvation of him, and call upon him to help us, and he will hear our voice. If it please him, for there arose none in our age, neither is there any now in these days, neither tribe, nor family, nor people, nor city among us, which worship gods made with hands, as has been before time. For God is a living God, and soon within this century, we will be reminded that in the beginning it was one God and no religion. So let's get this real clear. Jesus cannot be God. For Jesus said unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me, and to finish his work. Said Jesus, it is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. John 4:34. John 5:19. The Son can do nothing by himself. He can only do what he sees his Father's doing. Verily, truly, I tell you, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can only do what he sees his Father doing. In other words, Jesus is not his own Father. John 5:43-47. I have come in my Father's name, and you do not accept me. But if someone else comes in his own name, you will accept him. How can you believe, since you accept glory from one another, but do not seek the glory that comes from the only God? But do not think I will accuse you before the Father. In other words, he's letting you know that he is not the Father. He's clearly not the Father. But if people tell you that he's the Father, you're going to believe them instead of believing him. So John 15:21. Because they know not him that sent me, this is the foundation of all religious persecution. Those who are guilty of it, whether in church or state, know nothing about God. Because you cannot say that Jesus is God. Why? Because Jesus himself would say in Mark 12, the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I put your enemies under your feet. David himself calls him Lord. How then can he be his son? In other words, how can I, Jesus, sit at the right hand of the Lord when God already told my Father to sit at his right hand? Understand? Jesus is the son of David. Why is Jesus called the son of David? How many times does Matthew call Jesus the son of David? What does it mean that Jesus is the son of David? Why was Jesus called the son of David? Right? So listen to Matthew 22. He said to them, how is it then that David, speaking by Spirit, calls him Lord? For he said, the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I put your enemies underneath your feet. If then David calls him Lord, how can he be his son? In other words, how can I, Jesus, the son of David, be Christ when God already chose David as Christ to sit at his right hand, as mentioned in Psalm 89. I have exalted a chosen one from among the people, I have found David my servant. With my holy oil I have anointed him, with whom my own hand will be firm. As mentioned in Psalm 2. Psalm 2 is a psalm of David. And what does it say? Why do the heathens imagine such a vain thing? Why are they saying that the son of David is David? The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed. As we clearly see in Psalm 89, David is the anointed. So if you notice in the world, kings of the world have not saying that David is Christ. In other words, they're telling you that the son of David is Christ. So they took counsel together to confuse the people. So let's see what it says. Now we all see that he must reign, a psalm of David. The Lord says to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet. Who is it referring to? David. Why? Because David is Christ. And Jesus is the son of David, which makes him the grandson of God. So we need to get it clear. Is the root of David, then David the son, because God, King David named his favorite son Solomon after himself. Hence Solomon is also named David. Then is the son of David, Jesus. So his father, son, grandson, Jagai.